For the following exercises, given each set of information, find a linear equation satisfying the conditions, if possible. All right, so basically here we have 2 points, right? And it tells us that the graph passes through these 2 points. So basically what I realize is that, if I were to think about where these points lie on a graph, I could say that the point -1, 4 would lie somewhere, go -1, then go up 4, would lie somewhere here. 5, 2 would go out 5, go up 2, somewhere around here. And I could have a linear line that passes through those points, right? So this is possible, okay? Now, what we can do is we can now simply plug in for and find the slope, right? So anytime you have 2 points here, you can always find the slope. Remember, the slope formula is simply m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. There are 2 points that are involved in this formula, the y2 and the x2, and the y1 and the x1. So, all these 2's and 1's mean are just points. It just don't, sometimes I know subscripts might look a little confusing, but they're meant to be placed there to kind of help you or guide you. So if I look at this and I realize I have 2 points, let me call this my first point and let me call this my second point. Now every coordinate pair has an x and a y, right? Since I define this as my first point, I'm going to put a little 1 there and a little 1 there. I know this coordinate system, right? Or excuse me, this coordinate set has also an x and a y. X is always first. And I know that I define that as my second one, so they're going to be 2. So now literally all I have to do is plug them in according to how I define them. So y2 is going to be 2. y1 is going to be 4. x2 is going to be 5. And x1 is a -1. Please be careful there with the double negative. So now 2 minus 4 is a -2, right? And then 5 minus a -1 is really 5 plus 1, right? I was jumping ahead there. And this is it. I can't really reduce that anymore. If you wanted to write that out as a decimal, it would be -0.4. That's totally fine. I'm going to leave it in fractional form though. All right? So now that we have an m, what can we do? Well, we can find b now. Remember, the whole goal of this question is to find an equation for the linear line, right? Y is equal to, and the general form is y is equal to mx plus b. So the whole idea here is that I need to find out what m is and what b is, right? In other words, what could you plug into your calculator? You could plug this in 3x plus 7, right? You would get a graph. You could plug in something like -2x plus 15. You could plug that in and get your graph, right? You can't plug this into the calculator because you don't know, right? There's nothing there. So what I know is I'm after the slope and the y-intercept. So the first thing I did was just get the slope out of the way. The second thing I'm going to do now is solve for my y-intercept. How am I going to do that? Well, if I know this formula and I know 3 of the items except for the b, that means I can solve for the b. So I just solve for the slope, so I know what that is. But the question now is, well, what's y and what's x? Well, guess what? Y and x represent any point on the line, and 2 of them. So you actually have 2 choices to choose from. Which point you'd like. It doesn't actually matter at all. Let me choose the second one because the first one has a negative in it, and who really likes to work with negatives if we can avoid them, right? It'd be great. So the y value there is going to be 2. The m value we found was -2/5. That I can't get around. The x value is 5 then, right, according to my point, and then plus b. So my whole goal here is to solve for b. I got 1 equation, 1 unknown. Let's do it. So here it's 2 will be equal to, the 5's will cancel, right, leaving me with -2. And that's going to be then plus b. So now when I add the 2, I got to add the 2 on over, right? Add the 2. And we realize that 4 is equal to b. Or b is equal to 4, right? It might look a little better. b is equal to 4. So now we know everything we need to know, right? In order to... I hear my son giggling in the background, sorry. Makes me giggle, I guess. So now we can finally write down the formula. So y is equal to m, which is -2/5, x, plus then the b value, right, which is 4. All right? So there we go. Okay, he's torturing his brother, so that's fantastic. All right, let's do the next one. All right, so remember, whole goal is to solve for m and b. So let's find the m first. So the m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So we know, let's define this as the first point, right? So this will be my x1, that'll be my y1, this will be my x2, and this will be my y2. All right, so let's plug it all in. So y2 is going to be 6. I defined it as 6. y1 is 8. Great. Oh, that rhymed. X2 is 4, and then X1 is going to be a negative 2. Please be careful with that double negative. So 6 minus 8 is going to be negative 2, and then this would double negative works out to be a positive, so that's going to be a 6. And this will reduce down to negative 1/3. Okay, that is the slope, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to do the same procedure. I'm going to look at my linear equation here, right? The general one, y is equal to mx plus b. I realize I can choose any of the 2 points that I was given. I'm going to choose the positive one. Let's plug in 6 for y. The slope is negative 1/3. Let's plug in x2 for x, which is 4, and then add that to b. So now I realize that I can just do some math to solve for b. So this is 6 is equal to, then when I do this, it's going to be negative, basically 4/3. Okay, negative 4/3. So now, plus b, you can also plug this in as a decimal if you wanted, it doesn't matter. I'm going to just do it in fractional form. So now I'm going to add the 4/3 to both sides. Right? Add the 4/3. So I realized that in order to add these, I kind of needed a common denominator, right? So this 6 I could really write as, well, it would be 6 times 3, right, which would be 18 over 3, right? 18 over 3 is the same thing as 6. Now, since I have the common denominator, I can add them, right? Keep the common denominator constant, essentially, so that's going to be 3. And then 18 plus 4 is going to be 22. And there you go. You just did it, right? So now this is equal to b, okay? And I should have left that all in blue. Let me leave that in blue. A little happy blue. God, I love Bob Ross. All right, so now I have everything I need, right? So y is equal to then negative 1/3 x plus 22 over, that's getting a little sloppy, sorry, 22 over 3. All right, so that takes care of that. You can convert that into decimal form if you like. It doesn't matter, though. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do hope this helped. Please remember to help us out and subscribe if you can, and hit the like button, and we will see you soon. Have a great day.